Speak Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Look, I'm watching Kanye West on the Breakfast Club, and it was the one with him exposing where the subtitle were, I think Kanye West exposes Illuminati, but it's the one when he was talking about Nike and the shoe deal, and he was talking about 1,400 billionaires, 1,400 and let's say 7 billionaires, and only 7 of them is black, and he was saying how black folk is still locked in slavery. And I'm looking at how many people were saying that, man, Kanye is crazy. But if you haven't been on Kanye's level, you're not understanding where Kanye's coming from. Or let me rephrase that. You don't have to be on Kanye's level to understand where he's coming from. All you have to do is go out with an idea, and you want this ideal to be very successful. I mean, you want this idea to shoot through the stratosphere because you want to be the one who creates something that's global wide to where young black kids can say, I can do that too. Let me start building. But then you start running into some resistance along the way by the people who put commercials on TV of diversity, and you say, okay, well, let's roll. I got an idea of a product that can benefit a lot of black kids because, you know, I had money, I've traveled, and I've seen how the other half of society lives, and it's enough resources and money and for everybody can really enjoy this American dream. And so you apply your idea because you did your mathematics, you did your science, you know everything is together. Plus, you got the name and the money to bag it. You know, you have your own marketing and advertisement firm just within yourself. And then they come back with a fly response like, well, you know, yeah, good idea, but it's not right now. It's not the time for it. And you like, hey, wait a minute. I just sold out an arena. I have an idea, and you mean to tell me that you're not going to jump on this? Is it deep? I thought it was about money. Is there something going on that's deeper than money? Until you start digging and pulling back the layers of the onion, and you get to realize that, man, it's true. There's a glass ceiling. You know, you get frustrated in the sense of saying, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that you're going to try to stop me from creating my own destiny? You're going to try to get in the way of me actually going after something that the universal God put within my heart to do. And you want to be that roadblock? And then you say, okay, never mind. I'm going to keep pushing because I'm going to the next phase. I'm not letting nothing stop me, right? Then you get people from your own race that's trying to pull you back saying, I mean, why you want to go that high? You know? It's like, how can I explain it? It's like back in the day with everyone means of transportation was the horse. And someone saying a train. Someone said, well, if I could make this engine smaller, I can put it in a vehicle on 4 wheels and let's travel at a speed. It might not be, the first one might have not been as fast as a horse, but you can sit and you can travel for a longer distance, let's say on gas, because the horse will get tired. And they tell you, man, that's crazy. Why you want to waste your time doing something like that when people been riding horses for centuries? How you gonna come along and change the game? And you need, and the truth is, sometimes you need those because they are a springboard, motivational source. The doubters, but you advance. See, if you listen to what Kanye was saying on that Breakfast Club interview, Kanye was saying that I see something. I'm going after something. I'm not going to let anything stop me from going or achieving my goals. And it's going to be another young child in the future that's going to pass me up. So if the juice is flowing and the engine's running, why not go? That's why he kept referring, I'm from Chicago. You know, we move, we got to make things happen. You don't know how long you're going to be on this planet living in a certain environment when you got bullets flying around you every day. You trying to put your stuff out, get it, and enjoy it because your expiration date might come sooner than someone living, let's say, in Wyoming. You dig what I'm saying? That's like, I'm from Houston. And you can't tell me if I have an ideal or God put something on my heart, you can't tell me, well, hold on, not right now. Don't do this, or why you trying to do it like this, or I even had somebody ask me, why everything you do, you try to do it so big. I'm like, what's the only way to do it? What's your expression towards your creator? What do you want to build on this planet? What do you actually want to be as an individual? Be so focused on looking at what another person is doing, and they taking valuable time off of themselves. Go look in the mirror and figure you out. You know, and then some of the knowledge is outdated because you get some of the questions that was being thrown at Kanye, and Kanye had to tell Charlamagne the God, right? Your last name is God. Yes, God. Why? It's what I can't do. It's just what can't do. What you talking about? He said, well, why you always talking about money? In a capitalist society, you can't pay go down to whatever electrical light company you may have and tell them you don't have the light bill money, but you know, it's not about money, and I give you the hours, you work it out later when my money comes. Your light will be out before you make it back to your home to be with the light company. They don't give a damn. There's a race out here, folks trying to get it. You need money. Just in case, what are they saying about Donald Trump? There's going to be so many more. The country might have a civil war. Racism is going to explode to a level that we haven't seen since the 60s. Okay, so, but it's going to take money to build that garden. It's going to take money to store away canned goods. It's going to take money for water. It's going to take money for preparation. It's going to take money to just what I mean. But you can't live off osmosis. There is no mystery God. So whether it's about the individual. Whether you want to go after $10 or you want to go after $10 million, it's still money. It's still a product. You know, you might have enough money to buy some cups made out of glass. Another person might have enough money to buy the cups made out of crystal. They like crystal. What's the difference? It's about the individual and what you actually want during your time here on this planet. You can't judge another human being and say why you're expiring But you need to put some limitations on yourself. That's not living. That's slavery again. It's like the slave master gave his slave his mind. Or it's like what Brother Minister Farrakhan said. He who controls the diameter of your thinking controls the circumference of your thoughts and actions. If the slave master gave you a limited amount of knowledge, he didn't allow you to read or write, and then he controlled that, then that means you could only go out and build so much and do so much. You are limited. Then you have another person who could have reached back in their Akashic records, reached back to that DNA, to that genetic code and that memory that's in that DNA, and pulled out something that was supreme. And the person who let his thinking be controlled gets upset because, nigga, you a nigga, you just like I am. How in the fact did you pull this off? Or you working with the man? Because ain't no niggas that smart. See, that's a slave mind. You know? But we've been taught to respect the slave mind. That's been the problem. And even those who knew it was a slave mind and knew they could do better, they kept quiet because they didn't want to hurt that person's feelings, because that person was an elder or that person was respected amongst the community or so on. That's how I find it good. But wrong knowledge or wrong information is wrong knowledge and wrong information. I don't care who it's coming from, and it's detrimental, and it can hurt those who take that in, because when they get out in life, it goes to try to apply that wrong knowledge, and it comes back null and void. They wasted years of their life believing on a falsehood when somebody could have easily said, look, do your mathematics. Go check this information out and see if it weighs out before you run out there on it, because you going on blind faith, because you trusted this individual because of his or her status. Not did you vet the information to make sure it was correct. You just ran off because of the position or the title that person holds. You didn't check the knowledge. So yeah, Kanye West, and you know, I had been the last probably rap album I bought probably was Tupac, Illuminati. But after hearing that interview and seeing what his brother's mind is, it inspired me. I gotta go get his latest. I gotta go get all of the albums, in a sense, to support this brother, because of the fact that he said that we all slaves. They control the whole industry. We not putting up or doing the things that can free us spiritually, mentally, even though we are free physically. But if you look at the ratification to the 13th Amendment, where slaves are free unless you be convicted of a crime. So they start chumping up charges, and this comes from the movie the documentary Slavery by Another Name. You get damn near 5 years for vagrancy that they created. When you have to show a work pass, or else that'll be loitering, that'll be a vagrant, you go to jail. I mean, this white man, and this is going off of white people's scholarship, where they show how brutal this man was towards our fathers and our grandfathers and grandmothers and mothers, in a system where we didn't actually be up under this system. We had a system, and the system worked. That system that we had built the first universities. That system we had put the white man rolls him up to a 90-degree angle to the earth, a living perpendicular, walking straight up. That system we had built pyramids, mathematics, numbers, language, communication, astrology, astronomy, off the system that we had, so we didn't have a broken system. Hell, we came over here and built the layout for the White House. Go look at Benjamin Banneker. Do the research yourself. And then you want to tell me that I shouldn't aspire to get back to being a mighty and a great builder with my mind? Yesterday it was pyramids. Today it's designing shoes. And in respect for Kanye, yesterday it was building pyramids. Now it's financial development. Yesterday it was talking with the drums. Today now it's communicating over podcasts. And keep moving till you own your own station, where you own the station, where you can talk about the topics and subjects you want to talk about without someone giving you a heads up and say, look, we don't like what Cole Black has been saying, so what we want y'all to do, invite him on your show, and we want y'all to bring him to his knees. Then they say, well, I got to do the dirty job. This brother, good brother, this brother don't owe me anything. He hasn't stolen from me. He hasn't hit on my wife. He hasn't lied on me. He hasn't bear false witness against me. Why you want me to come after him? Because their response is, because if you don't do what I say, I make your life difficult. So everybody got to go buck dance because because they're afraid. They see all the negative criticism and all the hits and all the people calling this brother crazy, speaking on Kanye, till they sit back and be like, ooh, white folk gonna get you. They gonna get you. You know, and it's like, damn, man, you free. Wake the hell up. This shit, I mean, it's nerve-wracking, but you have to stay calm because everybody don't get knowledge, or everybody don't becomes conscious or wake up conscious overnight. And I still have a lot to learn and grow from. So it's not about that. It's just that 2016 can't go into 2017 being afraid, and especially when you standing on truth and knowledge. You standing on truth and knowledge, then you keep building. What's the problem? Why you so worried about the status of a person, the position they hold? That gives them almighty power and all knowledge. That position could have been won. That position, they could have got it through nepotism. That position, they could have said, look, they could have been blackmailing somebody to give them that position. Who knows? But at the same time, that doesn't make them right. That doesn't mean that meaning that the Creator gives you that spark to build, and you don't move forward on it because you're worried about what somebody else may say, or you worried about because they don't see it the way you see it, that you're wrong. God don't make two snowflakes the same. So we're not all going to have the same ideas. But the problem is we won't support one another because we may feel, well, why support you? You might go further than me. Or why support you? I don't want to, yeah, what you're saying is true, but I don't want to be connected with what you're saying. That is true because it might be some backlashes, and I'm trying to get along with white folk in America. And that all goes into the last poet, die nigga, so black folks can take over. Who created the nigga or the Negro? Who created that Negro? Wasn't no Negroes in Egypt. Wasn't no Moorish Negroes. Was it the new? Who made the Negro or the nigga? Who stripped? Who wouldn't allow you to pray as your ancestors and forefathers prayed? Who wouldn't allow you to learn to read or write, to gather knowledge or keep passing on knowledge from generation to generation? Who was that? That wasn't us. Who didn't want you to be successful? Who didn't want the competition? Who created the unions to keep you out? And then when they let you in, you don't think that they did a survey, that they researched? They went all throughout America and said, did they do diligence surveys? Ask black people certain questions. Look at the way we move. Look at the way we build. And they said, okay, you can let them in now because now only thing they want is a seat at the table. They don't want to create the table. They don't want to own the table. They want to sit down at the table. But little did they know that you was going to have a Master Muhammad who taught Elijah Muhammad, taught the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and then it came back around. We want to own the table. We want to control our own destiny. Yeah, we want to build. If we can't do it with you all in the future, we'll pick up, we'll go somewhere else and do it for ourselves because we are free, independent, thinking people, and being up under the thumb of another man is just, it's insane. There's no other, and if you bow down and subscribe to that, then, and you choose to be a slave, you know, hey, what can anybody say? You purposely put yourself in slavery, so there you go. And on that note, it should be sickening and a slap in the face to every black male when you see a young black man takes the front of a rifle, smashes in the window, pointed at a 74-year-old black woman, takes the rent money, and runs off. If that sight of those who saw that didn't sicken you to the core of your stomach, something is wrong. Now, I know for a fact a black man, we not talking about the Negro man that white folks created during slavery, but a black man looked at that in disgust. A Negro man, he probably laughed and said, get that money. Or laughed and said, she lucky she ought to be thankful he didn't squeeze the trigger. See, that's the Negro man. Negro man don't mind snatching a woman's purse and running off with a woman's purse in his hand, trying to get a few dollars. See, that's Negro man. Black man will protect that elderly sister because she deserves to be protected and to be at peace. And I understand why the minister calling for 10,000 feelers. Because looking at some of the things that we're doing to each other, man, it's just sickening. I mean, we indigenous, robbing and killing indigenous, just like it's nothing. You know, we said that savagery has become so to where no one can be diplomatic or about a situation that could easily be resolved, sitting down at the table, seeing how we can iron out our differences. No one does that anymore. It's about, you shorted me $20, I gotta kill you so I can do 25 to life. I can do 50 cents a year for 20 years. 25 cents, $1 a day for 25 years. That's how much I value my life. I mean, it's crazy. And judgmental. I mean, man, we judge each other like 9,000. I mean, a hair out of place, a lint on your clothes, a spot of dirt on your rims or something. You know, it's because it seems like we try so hard to be better than the next black person instead of just do you, be yourself. You know, it's like Kanye say, you know, I do things and, you know, we put it out in the public. And my motto is, those who are interested will listen and those who not won't. Don't matter. Keep moving forward. It's all good because I'm not trying to be nobody's God. You know, I'm not trying to be over no one. I'm trying to do what the God put on my heart to do, and He'll put it out to the people who He wants to hear it and who would take part in what is being done. All I have to do is just keep putting out the content that was given to me through my mind and shoot it out there, and there it goes. It's all good. But when I don't understand that when people start judging, they judging as though you owe them something, as though you ask, man, look here, I want to put this thing together. You know, I need about 10,000 from you. You know what I mean? That didn't happen. It's like, I want to put this thing together. Let me put it together. And put it out there. Because I want to. We free enough we can do that. Because we want to. Not because we're asking somebody to. Because that's just what we want to do. Then we'll say, okay, well, you know what? I want to take it to the highest height. I want to see how far this. It's like when you get a car. You're on an open road. You get your new car. You want to open it up there. They might have 150 on the dash. You want to give me enough room and let me get it up to at least 130. I want to see what this baby can do. Without someone saying, you don't need to know how fast, if it can get up to 150. You just stick at 70. And that should be enough for you. Because you'll be showing out, and your former slave master don't like for you to show out. You keep it quiet. Keep it quiet now. Like, man, I mean, it sickens me to my damn stomach. I'm sorry. I just gotta say it, man. I mean, it's like, God damn, man, you can't build. You scared to be you, to let it all out, to go. If you want to shoot for $1 billion, go get the damn $1 billion. Yeah, we all know it's gonna be obstacles in a way. Hell, it's obstacles when you shooting for $10,000. It's obstacles when you shoot for 25,000, 50,000, 100,000. You're gonna run into obstacles no matter what you do. Because there's gonna be a lot of people that don't want you to do whatever it is you want to do. You don't run into it. But it's not their call. This is what I'm saying. You doing it from a positive mindset. You ain't trying to take and rob from nobody. You trying to create something, put it out in the universe, and then do the leg work and the actions it takes to make it a success. Nothing wrong with that. Go for it. Have fun. Continue to be. Continue to grow. Enjoy life. I mean, hey, I don't see nothing wrong with it. And I enjoyed the interview. I didn't like some of the questions, or I didn't like how when you come with an original thought on how to build something, and someone, it's new to them because they never seen it before. They don't know how far it can go, but they prejudge it and put a negative connotation on it. I hate that. You know what I mean? I hate that to death. You know, I don't like that at all. I mean, it's actually ridiculous for us to even think like that. I mean, I don't really like it. I don't care for it. But I guess that's what we go through. The remnants or the residue of slavery. You know, but man, we've got to shake this thing off, bro. We got to stop being afraid. We got to stop pulling down each other. We got to stop judging each other like we the creator himself. Like we actually know when you dreaming at night, or that thought comes to you in your sleep, like you was actually there with the creator when they gave it to the individual, so you could tell the individual, well, you might don't need to do that. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I don't like it one bit, but you know, hey, that's the difference between the black man and the Negro. Negro don't ever want to see you achieve because they acting out from their own field. They don't feel like they can do it, so you shouldn't do it. Put it like that. But this Verbal Radio, we out. We're gonna keep coming with more strong interview shows. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Shout out to my boy Low Key, LeRae, the Chill Factor. Shout out to all the cycles. Shout out to South Park, Mammoth, Christmas, the Leak. Everybody out there to trade, Northside, Houston, wherever you at. You know what I mean? Enjoy life. Go where you go. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Because they're afraid to do it. You just get on your grind and you just go for it. The hell with it. Just do your thing. This Verbal Radio. We out.